What's up, everybody? This is Rich from True Budget EDC and Prepping. Use your gear, lose your gear. Because if you're not using it, you might as well lose it. So today I want to come on here and do a quick review or go over of a knife that I just received in the mail. So throw down the old True Budget EDC Hank for better vision here. It is yellow and gives a good color background. So this is the knife that I got. I don't know if you can see that. The Watchman WF220 EDC fixed blade. Doesn't come on anything fancy, just a box. Information on there just says what it is. Camping, mine is green, new item. So that's what it is. And here is the knife. Now, so I just like to say that this is a copy of the Boker Nesemi Pro. I didn't know that when I bought it. I just thought it was your typical, Nessmuck knife. Like, who the hell's copying Nessmuck knives, right? But yeah, I wasn't even thinking about that. So yeah, and I hate clones, right? I hate people that buy clones. I hate friggin' clones. I just don't like it at all. I think it's supporting theft, and you shouldn't buy them, seriously. So I did say something to Amazon that this was a copy, and they're like, whatever, dude. It's not like the exact, replica of it. It's not, saying that it is a Boker Nesemi, so there's nothing they can do about it. So whatever. It is what it is. And like I said, I didn't know that it was a copy of it. It's not a clone because it's not an exact replica, but it is very similar to the Boker Nesemi Pro. Now, I was actually, let's take the knife out actually. So here it is right here. So I was on the phone talking to my man Dennis from EDC for Fun, and literally, strangely enough, I was talking about people who are doing videos about clones, and I was like, I don't know why these people buy these clones, blah blah blah. So I'm talking to him, and I said, man, I just bought this Chinese knife, and I don't usually buy Chinese knives, and it's a Nessmuck, and I want to get a little small one and try it out, see if I like it, and see how how it works. I don't think it's a clone. I was like, because I didn't see it, matched up against anything else. I didn't really see a lot of info about it. And I heard that Watchman, because this is a Watchman one right there, has some pretty decent stuff. So I figured I'd try it out. He goes, yeah, I wanted to get a Nessmuck made by Boker. And I swear to God, as soon as he said Boker, I was like, fuck, dude, that's a copy of the Boker Nesemi Pro. Like, I know that knife, and I know what it looks like, and I don't know why I didn't think that this was that knife's copy. I have no idea. But as soon as he said that, I was like, crap, dude. And then I knew, like, he had to go do some family stuff, so he got off the phone, and then I went online and I was researching it, looking at copies and seeing what that looked like, what this looked like. Reddit, one guy was like, it's a Jasper Voxnaeus copy, and I was like, bro, that's ass, dude. So 2 times in the last 2 months I got taken. The first time was on that Worksharp thing that was an absolute clone, and it was a piece of crap. I threw it away, got my money back, and now on this. So this is why it's so hard to not, buy these things. Like, if you're doing it on purpose, then, that's whatever. I don't even want to get into that. But if you're doing it by accident, it sucks because, you're not trying to do it. You're trying to avoid it. You're not trying to, support these companies that are stealing designs, for sure. And then, companies like Amazon are like, well, it's not the exact same knife, so we can't really say anything. It's not masquerading as it. So that's kind of shitty, but whatever, it is what it is. But I did not do it on purpose. So yes, this is a copy of the Boker Nesemi Pro, made, designed by Jasper Voxnaeus. So the reason I knew that is because when I got it, I saw this and I was like, crap. Once that's it right there. That's Vox design right there, right? So, yeah, we'll just go over it. This is a flat grind. It is a bit different than the Nesemi Pro. The handle's different. I mean, the shape is basically the same of the blade and the handle. The handle has pass-throughs on the Nesemi Pro, so it's got some tube pass-throughs. This has Torx construction, so you can take these off if you wanted to. I mean, they're probably glued down like a mofo, so you probably never get them off, but they are on there like that. So yeah, you can take these off if you needed to, in theory, right? It is a full tang design. But like I said, it's a little bit different in the construction than the Nesemi Pro. Also, The blade is very similar. This is a flat grind. I'm not sure what that one is, an SME Pro, but the plunge line is totally different. This is more of a higher plunge line with no ricasso, which is kind of, I don't like that because your finger's right up against the freaking blade, sort of. So I'm not really a fan of that. But the SME Pro actually has a straight plunge line. It comes down, and then there is a ricasso there, so that's different. But it has the jimping in the same exact space. The blade is like almost exactly the same otherwise. And the handle shape is pretty much the same. This is green micarta, and to be honest with you, this micarta is actually pretty good. I'm like surprised. So I have to say that this Watchman brother, I'm not sure if they make all clones, but this is actually a good knife. And it sucks because if they just made their own effing designs, like they're putting good stuff out. Like this is a good budget knife, seriously, other than the fact that it's a copy, right? It is 14C28N, and the Boker knife is D2, so that's a difference as well. So there's different things about it, and it's not claiming to be a Vox design or a Boker. It does say the WF220 on it, and it does say that it is 14C28N. So yeah, and it does say Watchman on it. So I mean, I like this knife actually, which is what I hate the most about it, is because it's bigger than the SME Pro. So this knife is, depending on where you measure it, if you measure it down here, the blade is 3 1/4. If you measure it up here, the blade is 3. The handle is 3.75. So it's about 6 3/4, 7-inch knife. And it's comfortable in the hand. The micarta is actually really good. Like I said, you could oil it probably, but I don't know if I'm gonna mess with it because it'll take your hands, oil from your hands. And like I said, I don't like that. Your finger's right there. I hate the fingertips like that. But I don't know, man. It came sharp. There was a burr on it, and I got that out with a ceramic rod. So yeah. Yeah, I hate the fact that I actually like this knife. It's bigger than the SME Pro, like I was saying. The SME Pro is about a 6.3-inch blade, so it's like a full inch smaller. And I did see somebody on Reddit say that, it's a little bit bigger and it's more comfortable in their hand than the SME Pro. And it sucks that, it was actually funny because he said it sucks that it's a copy and they're kind of, Vox is losing, Voxnaeus is losing royalties on it, but if you give me his address, I'll send him a couple bucks to make myself feel better. And I was like, dude, that's funny shit. I was like, whatever. But I just wanted to, full disclosure that this is a copy, and I did not know that. What you do with that is on you. I don't recommend getting clones or copies. But it happens, and like I said, Amazon said, well, you can send it back. And I'm like, man, that's more of a pain in the ass than just keeping it. Like, it costs $25 on Amazon. And I'm not going to jump through hoops to send the $25 knife back. I'll just use it and whatever. Now, the sheath is Kydex, kind of like a tech lock thing going on here. That's obviously not a tech lock either. There's no rattle. A lot of people said that they got knives from this company and they had some kind of a rattle, and I got nothing. You can't hear anything. So let's see if we can weigh this, get this out of the way for a minute, and see what we got on weight. First, we'll weigh it with everything to, put together on there with the sheath on it. The sheath and everything, we got 598. Without the sheath, the knife itself is 3.6. So it's not a heavy knife. It's not even really heavy with the sheath for a fixed blade. I feel that this is a really good size. It's coming in at like 7, 6.757. And it fits your hand good, even with, you got to be careful though, because it's like that. But I don't know. Being a copy pisses me off, but me liking it a lot pisses me off even more. But, companies like this, Watchman, seriously, they make good stuff. And they shouldn't clone stuff or copy stuff at all. Because if they made their own shit, it would be fantastic. You know what I mean? It'd be really good. And there wouldn't be any kind of doubt about their morality. And you wouldn't doubt that. Some people just buy clones. Like, they don't give a shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I don't. So when I got it and I realized that it was a clone, I was like, shit, dude. And then I was like, shit, I like it. I'm going to keep it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But full disclosure, it is a copy. And I don't want anybody not knowing that. I will put the link in the description so you can check it out. I'm not telling you to buy it. Because of the fact that it's a copy, I don't know. It's not bad though. Like I'm saying, it's actually really good. And the 14C, that burr came right out easily. Like I didn't even, like 8 seconds, it was fine. So I'll use it. Oh, the Boker Nesemi comes with a leather sheath and not a Kydex one, so that's a difference too. So I mean, there are differences, but it's bullshit splitting hair stuff, you know what I mean? It's obviously a copy. Yeah, there's differences, but they probably had to do that, so it's not an exact replica of it, but it still doesn't make me feel any better. Like, you know what I mean? So I'll link it in the description. You guys can check it out. I mean, do what you gotta do. I'm not saying buy it, but I'm not telling you what to do either. So yeah, overall, copy crap aside, I think it's really good. Actually, I like the micarta. I like the way it goes in your hand. I like that sheath. It's sharpened up easy. I mean, I didn't really have to do much though, but the only thing I don't like is the way that choil is, and your fingers up against the blade. There's no ricasso like on the Boker. There's not a lot of branding. I like that. It appears to be a good knife. Yeah, I like it. I wish these companies wouldn't make like copies. I seriously do, because they have a bunch of other knives, and this is good. Like, what I'm saying, this is a good knife. It's put together well. The micarta is good. It's just it's like Ganzo. Ganzo makes good shit, but sometimes they copy, like Spyderco. See, that's why I didn't think this was a copy of a Nesmuk knife by Boker, because normally these people who are making copies and clones are copying big companies. Like, not that Boker's not big, but I've never seen a Boker clone, seriously. Mostly it's like Spydercos or Benchmades or shit like 940s or Bug Outs or whatever, Paris. So that's not what I was thinking in my head, that somebody was going to make a clone or a copy of a freaking little tiny Nesmuk knife by Boker. That's definitely not what I was thinking. But then when I saw it, I was like, yep. I mean, as soon as we talked about it, I knew, because I had it in my head, right? And I was like, crap. But by then I had got it, and it was almost on the way. I couldn't send it back. And like I said, Amazon was like, well, it's not an exact replica, and they're not masquerading as Boker, so there's nothing, you can return it. But there's really no reason to return it other than the fact that it's a copy, I guess. So I was just like, forget it. Whatever. So that is the knife that I got. Again, full disclosure, it is a copy. It is the Watchman WF220. I will put the link to this knife in the description. You guys do what you gotta do. You have a good weekend.